Now you gonna believe me or your lying eye?
At the end of the day, bro, look, this shit is broken, bro. Like all this shit, to me, this sound like come back to the table type.
One thing I like about traveling or vacationing is that it allows you to look at the world through a different set of eyes. And so having an opportunity to spend 2 days at Tokyo Disney, I had a lot of time just waiting in line and just watching people, especially seeing people, or should I say families from East Asia, as well as a trickling of Americans coming from, I guess, traveling or military bases. And a lot of the things that I saw mirror a lot of the things that I hear in this space. And one thing that I've noticed very clearly, that nuclear family in the West, it's on life support.
You have such a small, narrow view of how we can fix things. First and foremost, we talked about marriage earlier. A lot of Black people, especially you, Gigi, y'all are always putting down marriage. You and BGS, y'all are always putting down marriage. Marriage is one of the basic, fundamental financial building blocks of any community.
Speaking of family creation, one of the things that I noticed is that for a lot of the Asian men that I saw that were with either girlfriends or wives with a kid or two in tow, is the standard American dad look: New Balance, tube socks up to the calf, cargo shorts, polo shirt, fanny pack, and maybe slightly balding. And for a lot of women, this appears to be enough in terms of, well, at least I'll go to Disney with you in the girlfriend case. But for the family case, if you can take us and our kids to Disney, that's more than enough. And that just runs contrary to what we hear spoken in our community, where not only do you need to have money, you need to know how to talk to girls, you got to be in shape. And you can see that bar is, I noticed it, the bar for a Black man to get and maintain an attractive woman that might be from our community is so much higher. Have a good job, be able to take care of a family, does not guarantee you what it guarantees many other men in other cultures.
SBE stands for shame, blame, and explain. Shaming. And my question to you is, what results have you actually gotten from shaming women who are not on the internet, women who do not know that you guys exist, and they don't know your gripes and your arguments?
Another point about family creation is when I notice a Black family, the Black family generally defined as a Black man, a Black woman, and a Black child, those Black families tended towards being African. And I could hear the African because, well, not only just seeing the style of dress or the hairstyle, but you can hear it in accent when you hear talking. And of course, things like tattoos being absent, or just dressing in ways that signify I'm not American, like just wearing certain soccer apparel as opposed to NBA or football apparel. And seeing the African families that I saw, even there, you can see that family formation patterns are maybe not as easy as they were before, but in terms of comparison to the Black community, it's a lot further ahead. And I'd see two African kids or Caribbean kids running through the hallway, holding hands with each other. And on the flip side of this, I saw, I think, at least 2, if not 3 families where it was no man in sight and multiple children. I noticed this. Now, I'm not going to take pictures, and you have to take my word for it. But what I saw is on 2 occasions, I saw 3 multiple children families with one mother. And on another occasion, I saw one mother with her daughter. And I never saw the standard, if you will, if you can identify American Black woman, Black man, Black son or child.
The next thing is, we as Black people got to start moving in units, in family units. We have to build family units, husband and wife.
In terms of the other side of the spectrum, where you see younger people pretty much using it as a date in walking around, Disney World, I noticed that for a lot of the gentlemen, Black men, is that Black men that have confidence, you can see guys with beautiful women of pretty much any race. And so that's one end of the spectrum. And then the other end of the spectrum, it's whatever you might imagine it might be. And so we run the gambit from, men being able to attract whatever we I guess, manifest or what fits our preferences. On the other end, what I notice, and this is one thing that's kind of an underlying current. If you are a black man, you'd pretty much understand anytime you see another black man, there's a kind of a head nod for 80%. And I would say even for Africans and Caribbeans, there's like a head nod kind of a acknowledgement, especially in a culture like here where you're pretty much surrounded by non-black people for the great plurality of your time. You see another black person, you acknowledge him, or black male. And I notice the exact opposite when I see black women. It's almost like there's no acknowledgement. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. This is just an observation. The other observation I had was that the black women that I did see waiting in line and being very cozy with certain people were cozy with people, or should I say men of a certain racial category that was not black men.
You have to have power. You have to have power to hold someone accountable. Do you have power to actually hold anybody accountable? These women, these random women, these random whores, these random whatever, even men who are no good.
The video I'm running concurrent to my thoughts is a video from the Green Gorilla channel, and shout out to Green Gorilla. And I wanted to use this woman's views because it shows an attitude that basically a group of men getting together and comparing notes, if you will, and making observations about the world that they see is, I wouldn't say not allowed. I should say a threat, if you will. And I would almost say that she felt a level of entitlement to say, these guys are talking about something that I'm not very happy with. It's my job to go in there and kind of, I don't know, run interference. I don't know. And so that is something that I notice is noticeably absent in East Asian culture, where in public, you just don't see the kind of pushback that we're used to. And I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. I'm just saying when I noticed with my two eyes that are not lying to me, I saw caressing, I saw plate fixing, I saw people looking into each other's eyes, I saw all kinds of small gestures from people where maybe the roles for the men and women aren't as concrete as they used to be, but they have slots. And one thing that I've noticed about families in the West is that those slots are, I mean, if they're not non-existent, they're crumbling. And so pretty much any permutation of family that you can imagine, I could see in the park with one person that has heavily tattooed and a person of a different race, but the two children are a race that don't appear to be the two of them, or one person by themselves with multiple children. Just all the permutations possible are just the way that we're trying to build families in the West. And seeing East Asia, the way that they're doing it, we have gotten used to something that is almost impossible to win. And so when I see guys going to get passports, maybe guys are just trying to find normalcy. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.